Ow!
Thank you, Paul Thomas. Okay, I couldn't even pass it. I was a little nervous. I didn't think that would happen, but I'm just going to do this because let's just do this. Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Melissa, and I feel so privileged and lucky to be standing up for NAUI today as her maid of honor. However, before I speak about the beautiful lady in white, I would like to raise a glass to Dan. Turn around, look at me. There we go. The most dapper of best men. So I actually just recently got to know Dan, and everyone keeps telling me that he's 2 minutes older than Tim, and it's so evident in his maturity and his wisdom, and I don't know, I haven't seen that yet. However, based on the joint bachelorette party, he is a fun-loving guy with, mostly stays upright, but he seems like a great guy, and also an incredibly good sport. When I told him that I wanted to walk into Getting Jiggy With It by Will Smith, he was less than enthused, but he went along with it, so thank you very much to Dan. So, now we have been friends for 15 years, we actually figured out the other day, which I think freaks us both out a little bit. We actually met in this very room, if you can believe it, when we were both waitresses at the Hamilton Golf and Country Club. Yeah, years ago. It's come full circle. Now, Naomi is very quick, always, to point out that she is the better employee, the exemplary waitress, just so much better than me. And I would just like to set the record straight, just point something out. A couple things. One, it was Naomi who would routinely break in after hours with other waitresses and make nachos in the big kitchen. And it was Naomi who was involved in a bonfire starting over in the parking lot, to which the police were called. And it was lastly Naomi who was involved in a salacious drinking incident with some bartenders. Yeah, oh, it was her. And in the Great Hall, yes, the very Great Hall that she will soon dance her first dance with her new husband. So I would just like to point that out, and somehow, with all that, I think I was still fired from here. Twice, maybe. But anyway, I just want to, I just wanted to clear the record, set it straight. Maybe we could, I don't know, maybe get a memo to the general manager or something. I just want to make sure everyone knows. So, recently I've been thinking about our friendship a lot, obviously preparing for this, and I realized that Naomi and I have a friendship that spans the spectrum. From frivolous and ridiculous and inane and so superficial stuff to one of the closest, most meaningful bonds I'll ever have in my entire life. However, an example of our frivolity, so Naomi likes to talk. I think that's pretty clear. Based on the length of this speech, I also like to talk. And so over the years, we talk a lot. And actually, to this day, we still talk almost every single day on the phone, which I'm sure drives Tim a little crazy. Yeah. So, normally we talk about, politics and world affairs, what's going on in Syria, the NASDAQ, I think that's the thing, right? But sometimes we talk about flossing, or Ellen DeGeneres, or pulled pork sandwiches. Or flossing after pulled pork sandwiches. And boys. Definitely in our 20s, and yesterday, we talked about boys. So quarterly, we would get together. Quarterly and we would quiz each other. We would actually sit across from each other and quiz each other on all the things that we have been talking about for the last 3 months. And we would do this. It's like embarrassing to just even say it. So I came across some of these quizzes the other day, and I had 2 overwhelming thoughts. One, I am a terrible student. I think I got 41% on one of our quizzes. Naomi, the teacher, was very disappointed. She had a meeting with my mother. Second, we are ridiculous. Now, I'm just going to read a couple questions that we asked. I asked her. Number 1, what color pants did I wear to the O-Town concert in 2001? She got it right. Fuchsia. Yeah, apparently Fuchsia was not good. Who do I like better, NSYNC or Backstreet Boys? Seriously, I mean, no contest. What boy did I like who wore a gray turtleneck? This is a question I actually asked her, and she got it right. I'm thinking, I definitely got it right. Might have been because of Rachel. So far, I've gotten one haircut this year. Where did I get it cut? These are the type of questions we would ask each other. And this is not us when we're 13, 14. We're in our 20s. Like, we have degrees, we have checking accounts, I think we have a mortgage by this point. We're asking these ridiculous questions. However, on the other hand, the other side of the spectrum of our friendship, Naomi is the sister I've never had. She is one of the most dependable and trustworthy, considerate, true, loyal, amazing friends I could ever ask for. No one cares about me and my life like Naomi does. There's no one more invested in my life than Naomi is. Sometimes I will call her with a ridiculous melodrama or a flossing emergency, I don't know. And she will call the next day and she's like, I've been thinking about, molars again. And she just, no one cares about me like she does. And good news doesn't seem real until I tell Naomi. And bad news doesn't seem insurmountable until after I've talked about, not until, after I've spoken about Naomi. There's something I don't want to share with you. You are, in every sense of the word, my very best friend. And I love you so much. And Tim. If Naomi's like a sister, I think Tim is like an older brother. The older brother that drives you crazy, and that teases you, and you tease, and I'm sure that if you could reach the top of my head, you would want to give me a nudge. And he drives you so crazy sometimes, you just want to punch him in the arm, but you know that he will beat you up or tell on you. But also the type of older brother that you love because they feel like family. And you know that he's a great guy, and that when the chips are down, you know that he would be there for you. And Tim, I know you're not comfortable with all the touchy-feely love stuff. But I do want to say that I do love you. And not just because you're a wonderful exemplary badminton opponent, and not because he's the best player on my dodgeball team, yeah, there it is, but because I know you're a wonderful guy, and you've made my best friend so happy. A couple years ago, when Naomi and Tim started their whole Melrose Place romantic courtyard thing, after Tim finally got the courage to stop staring at her like a creeper in her windows across the street, and asked his friends to ask her out. She sent me a text message after one of their dates, and it said, "Was at Tim's when you called. You're not going to believe the night I had. I'm falling for Tim. We gotta talk." There's something about that text, I kept it. I kept it until my flip phone died, if you can believe it. And I wrote it down, and I kept it, and there's just something about that text when I read it and hearing you speak about him. I just knew we'd be here today watching you get married. And I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for the couple you've become, for the couple that for the life that you've created for yourselves, and the compliment that you are to each other, and how happy you make each other. And I'm so happy to be here witnessing it and part of your lives. I feel so honored to be with you, to just be part of the love that you share. So I would like to raise a glass to my very best friend and the love of her life. Congratulations.
Cheers.